Hi guys, welcome back to Roasted Studios, and thank you so much for joining me today for another Spreaker. This is a continuation Spreaker to yesterday's video on John Dillermand. Now, there's so many different reactions and mixed reactions on this children's TV show that I wanted to do a continuation today that offers different ideas in order to spark further conversation. That's all that today's video is about. It's not to necessarily give my own opinion or to tell you guys what to think. It's so you guys will be able to further the conversation with how you feel, maybe offer something a little bit different, because I was thinking last night a little bit more about this show and more ideas came to mind, so I wanted to share them with you. Now, just to remind you guys, Denmark recently debuted a children's show starring a grown adult, and it's a claymation character whose genitalia is always out, actively doing something that is virtually rivaling almost this character, this man in the claymation cartoon for these children. Now, this male appendage, it's active, it's alive, making choices, and not always the best choices, might I add, that end up leading this character towards having to take accountability for certain choices that are being made. Now, I'm going to be throwing out a lot of different ideas, like I just told you earlier, and I'm hoping to ignite a conversation, as I stated. Don't be afraid to share your opinion in the comments section. Please be kind for the difference of opinions, and please be sure to share, like, and subscribe to this video. Let's begin. You know, someone told me in the last video that we uploaded on John Dillermand in the comments section that this wasn't a male appendage at all. It was being mistaken for one. Well, that's not true either, because in the programming they even talk about, you know, it's this person's genitalia. So it is a part of the show. It's in the dialogue as well. They talk about it. And I think that's where the controversy comes in, because some people think that's okay to show children and some people think it's not okay to show children. And there's just difference of opinion here. Some may say, look at his actions and the deeds and don't pay attention to this extra appendage or what's going on. Or just take it in a more lighthearted manner. And some don't think that's appropriate. And that's why we're doing this video again today, just to talk a little bit more about it. So let's look at some of the more positive aspects, I would say. Or just throw something out there that hopefully you guys will agree with, disagree with. It'll ignite that conversation, as I stated. This TV show offers humor for parents and children. So humorous for both. And just in the comment section, let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these. And also, it's kind of an experiment, too, because they have not, this hasn't been out that long. So they don't know if it's going to have a positive or negative impact on the children that are watching it. So also, it's kind of in an experimental stage, I would say. But when kids grow up, are they going to be reacting to this positively? Is this a positive childhood memory? Is it a negative one? Or maybe the shows don't create that. Maybe the shows can only go so far in creating that, and it's up to the parents to create the rest. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? How did this show make the kids feel after they watched it growing up in hindsight? Did it affect them negatively, positively? Do they have fond memories, bad memories, as I stated? Now, let's go back onto the more positive aspects. Some parents do abuse their children for the child expressing themselves sexually. So if they're young, if they're a 2, 3-year-old, they're just discovering themselves, children will naturally touch themselves. It's normal. So this show may teach parents to lighten up regarding human anatomy, teaches kids if anything goes wrong with the human body or expressing yourself, you control your body. You got to take accountability for your body, and your body can be used for good or bad. Those are also positive aspects that maybe you want to look at, or maybe you think it's negative. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. The character tries, doesn't give up, is different from society, but doesn't seclude himself from society and doesn't isolate himself from society, doesn't allow society to do that to him. He still becomes the victor at the end of each episode. That's kind of important to acknowledge as well. The disability, if you want to consider this a disability, his larger appendage is actually a tool that is used to help others, not in every scenario and at the first try, but at the end of the day, he uses it as a tool to help other people. From the episodes that I've seen thus far, if you guys agree or not, let me know. The show teaches about taking accountability, and that is imperative. I can't even just stop at that. It seems like such an easy thing to say and just gloss right over it, and let's go on to the next thing. Teaching children to take accountability is huge, because when they become a child who doesn't take accountability, which then becomes an adult that doesn't take accountability, that could lead to abuse. It could lead to hurting other people. It will lead to those things, believe me. That's what it is. And the behavior will never change at that point. If you're not taking accountability as a child, it's going to be really hard to be taking accountability as an adult. So that's something I really want you guys to take into consideration and talk about in the comments section. How much of that do you weigh on this show? How much importance do you place on it? The fact that the show's trying to teach children about taking accountability for behaviors. And like I said, what's the opposite of not taking accountability? Now we're talking about gaslighting. Now we're talking about abuse tactics. We're talking about severe abuse tactics. So let's take care of that and teach children while we can when they're young. Might be another positive aspect of the show for you guys. I don't know. Let me know. The show seems to be fun, funny, lighthearted, incredible music, incredible claymation. Do you guys think that this is a positive way of teaching children, young children, about anatomy? Some may say that parents are the ones who make genitalia a dangerous thing for children. Maybe before that, when they were young, it was something really innocent. They were just discovering their bodies. And then parents or adults make it something that could be abusive. And I'm talking about abusive parents, predators. Maybe more Matilda movies are in order, where parents are called out and questioned for their behaviors and the children becomes the victor in the end. Maybe those are in order so adults can clean up their behaviors regarding abuse, so we never even have to consider abusive things when dealing with children shows like this who are trying to teach anatomy. I'm just talking about different things. If you guys disagree or agree, please let me know in the comments. Just trying to ignite conversation here, as stated before. The show can carry a message, and they all seem to carry a little message in them, something important that we want children to learn. There's also the aspect of humor, the lessons in the episode. As I stated, strong themes and claymation, fun music, extremely catchy. I was thinking about this last night. That's why I thought to talk about it again today. Now, another thing I want to talk about is, should children be punished for the behaviors of adults? So if parents don't like this programming, but the children like it and the children are getting something from it, should the show be taken away and disregarded and criticized, or should we still consider it? Like I stated, if the children like the show, should they be able to watch it? But then also some may say, well, kids they don't always know what's good for them. I mean, look at Caillou, right? Kids liked Caillou, but Caillou didn't have everything that was positive about it. And that's why I think we're, as adults, looking into this cartoon more extensively, because we don't want to just say, oh yeah, it's good, and we don't know for sure. But is this show the exception? Is this the show that is the exception to all those things because it is positive, or children do like it and they do see something positive in it at the end of the day? Now, if you guys don't agree with this show, you don't like the show, and you don't think it's appropriate for children, let's take a look at some of those opposing viewpoints that maybe you guys want to talk about in the comments section, or just something to think about, ponder about. Now, this children's show, John Dillermand, uses the male appendage to get into the zoo for free. That's not a good thing to show kids. And this appendage actually taps on the security guard on the shoulder with the appendage. It's acting very mischievous. It's crooked. This male appendage is crooked, literally and figuratively. Now, and also some might say, oh, that's sexual assault. Why are we touching people with our private area? I mean, if you want to get literal about it and critical. This male appendage of John Dillermand steals an ice cream from children. And then the children laugh at him and he gets embarrassed. He runs, he hides. And because he hides in an enclosure, he lets a lion loose who's shaking the, ice cream truck, and the children are all scared and frightened. And then John Dillermand they have this little music, and he gets pumped up, and that is kind of cute. He turns into a strong man, a hero, and he tames the lion with his crooked figure, and he gets the lion back in the cage. Some would say it's a good thing. Takes accountability for the behavior, utilizes what he has to make things right again. But some would say, well, wait a second, he's only doing it after he did something wrong, because he's not taking accountability for the appendage. It's just got a mind of its own. And now I'm making everything better again after something bad happened. Now, if we look at that in real life, I mean, when you look at things like sexual assault, rape, that's not good enough. It's better to, make sure that behaviors don't happen before they do. And just because you acknowledge it after it happens doesn't mean that's a good thing. Of course, it's something to try to make something right after it's already happened, but we're talking about preventative measures here. So we don't want to make children cry. We don't want to upset people. We don't want to steal things. We don't want to hurt people. We don't want to abuse people. So we should be thinking about that. When he tries to compare length to the snake at the zoo, and it becomes a competition, the character, John Dillermand, gets bit. So it's to remind him, don't do that, that you're not supposed to do that. And it's not a competition, and it should never be. And not just in terms of length and size, which is important, but also just in terms of who you are as a person, maybe. Because they hold this character to the standards of, you have to be the hero. You have to constantly be saving the day. You got to put your life at risk, but maybe it's okay just to be yourself. Just be a normal person, not be the hero all the time, or not have to fill that role all the time. Do you have to have a male appendage in order to be a strong man, or in order to be the hero, or in order to do the right thing? Something to think about. Little boys can never be as great as this character because they don't have the same sized appendage. Might be another thing to think about. Maybe little boys may think the show's funny. Maybe they won't be able to fully relate to it because they're not this person. They're not this character. They're not some, person that could swing from buildings and save people, or push children who are now drowning and then save them. This person has this super long appendage. Maybe they won't be able to relate to the character. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. Shows a grown adult in the cartoon who still can't control his adult appendage, and that gets him into trouble, and then people laugh about it. Is that a positive, or is that not positive? Let's talk more about that. Let's take a look at some more aspects of what's going on here. Now, according to the BBC in 2017, Denmark had the highest prevalence of sexual violence in Europe. And that's exactly where this John Dillermand show is coming out of. It's coming out of Denmark. And according to the Danish Ministry of Justice, it's estimated that 5,100 women a year are victims of rape or attempted rape in Denmark. And according to the University of Southern Denmark, who did their own research, an estimated 24,000 women in 2017 were affected by rape or victims of attempted rape. And they state that that's a pretty large number for such a small population in their country of 6 million people. What do you guys think about this show now, knowing about those statistics and the numbers? Do you think maybe we should take a little bit more seriously, use a little more of a critical eye? Should we still try to teach children a different way using this method that they're coming out with, using this man's large appendage to save the day, rectify situations, become accountable for situations, which is extremely important? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. Or maybe it's too important to let these numbers just go by the wayside, and it's just too great of a chance to use a large appendage like that and get people laughing in a comedy setting, thinking that it's okay to, have a programming like that. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, will this show teach young boys to take accountability for their genitalia? Will they use it in the correct way? Or do you think it will be doing the exact opposite? Will it confuse children? Are you guys confused? Do you feel a little bit in between in regards to how you feel about this TV show, John Dillermand? And let me know. And as I stated, only time will tell, because it's a brand new show. It hasn't been around for that long. And people are just starting to discover it over here. And people have already been watching it over in Denmark, loving it. But not everyone over there loves it. There's also children's psychologists and people have been speaking out against this material as well. Is it okay to have an uncontrollable penis that steals, breaks the rules, gets this character into trouble, and puts him into embarrassing situations? Then turns around after, takes accountability after something bad has happened. And is that still good because he still shows you that you can take the control, take accountability in the end for your body parts? Do you guys see that as a good thing, a bad thing? Have you guys watched the episodes yet? Because I'm going to put the link in the description again where you can go and watch these episodes for free. There's 13 free episodes you could check out today, right now. Decide for yourself how you feel about this. Now, Denmark is known for gender equality. They're supposedly known for that. And I think they are worldwide known for gender equality. I want to know in the comments section, do you think that there could possibly be gender equality, a perfect status for gender equality in any country? That could it possibly be or not? If there's still rape in that country? To include 5,100 estimated people to 24,000 estimated people. And keep in mind, we have to estimate because not every victim feels comfortable coming out speaking. Not every victim feels comfortable coming out speaking about their abuse. So is it possible that they are gender equal if there's still rape in the country? This idea of having a perfect society, but there's still problems. Is that possibly the problem? The assumption or this idea or perception of perfection, but there's still problems that aren't really being addressed fully. And we just move on to having this so-called gender equal, disability approved, super huge, large appendage on this individual that's supposed to be good for kids when we don't necessarily know how to fix our society yet over there or our country and get people to make choices to stop hurting each other. So maybe they want to talk about things like that in the show and make it kid friendly. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm going back and forth because I'm trying to serve everybody in the audience because I want everyone to have something ignite in them to be able to add to this conversation. Now, don't forget, this is a grown man who can't keep his you-know-what in his pants, who keeps getting in trouble because of that item, then made to believe when he does something wrong, he can only control his behavior after the fact, not before something happens. Let me know what you think about that. This cartoon also serves people with a good sense of humor, perhaps, some may say. And then some may say, well, some people in the audience are predators. In any country, you're going to find someone who's a predator against a child, looking for excuses for their behaviors, who perpetuate and prey on women and children, and even some perpetrators and predators being women themselves. And people who need to learn to keep their you-know-what in their pants, and the children in the audience need to learn to protect themselves. Are they straddling the line? Is it too soon or is it never? We should never have this wild, crazy appendage that's a part of the show that's now a character. I need to know what you guys think about that in the comments section. And also, should children learn how to defend themselves from these predators and learn not to become the predator themselves by laughing at certain predatory behaviors? Or certain things that maybe some people find funny in this show and other things that aren't funny to a child who's suffering from abuse at home. Think about that. That's another thing I want you guys to talk about in the comments. If a child is being sexually abused or abused in any manner at their home and they're watching this programming, could this become their nightmare? Could they have nightmares about this programming? Let's think about that one. And then also you might want to wonder, is this programming supposed to serve everybody in the audience who may be an abuse survivor or not? And are they even thinking that way because they're a so-called perfect society that's gender equal? Is there no abuse as well also? And is this show perfectly fine for any child to watch? And which age is it really appropriate for? Some would say 4 to 8, as is stated here. Some may disagree. Let me know in the comment section. And where's Valerie Vagina? Because little girls might want to learn that they have a powerful body part as well that can do good things too. Now, Denmark is known for equality. Do you see that in this show? Do you see it in the episodes? There's women and children laughing at a grown adult. Is it okay to laugh at someone if they are different? If you want to overcome that, you have to be extraordinary and tame lions and put your life on the line to please others. Do you have to do that? Do you really need to do that? And also, let's acknowledge the mom, maybe the dad. I don't know. I've only seen the mom that I can recall. The mom yells at this grown adult when he does things that are childlike. So they kind of enable him and treat him like a child. And also remember, the yelling and screaming is never going to help. We don't want to normalize that to kids either and have them laughing at possible mom and dad yelling at them at home, thinking that's normal. And they have to use this show now to escape from being mistreated in their real life. There's something else to think about. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Lots of ideas for today. Thank you so much for listening, participating. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos, Spreakers, live streams, whatever I got in me, whatever I feel like doing, because I am taking control back on my channel, and I refuse to be controlled any longer. Thank you so much. Take care. Hit the like button. Roasted Studios, out.